Today we will continue our speaking part 1 for IELTS examination class. So, the question for today is, which is your favorite newspaper? Now, for this there are three options in which we can answer the question. For the first option that we have is the traditionalist, like the people who read the broadsheet newspaper. I have always been a loyal reader of the Tribune. Whenever you mention a newspaper, you have to use the article the before it. The Tribune, the Hindustan Times, any newspaper, the Times of India, you have to add the article the. There's something very relaxing about starting my morning with a physical broadsheet. Like to read the newspaper that is the traditional one, the one on the paper sheet. I appreciate how it balances comprehensive national news with very reliable local reporting. Because when we read in the broadsheet newspaper, you might have seen they provide the information with facts and figures. It is not like the YouTube reels or YouTube shorts or Instagram reels that whatever you hear you make a reel about it and broadcast it. For this broadsheet newspaper, it is a serious business and you have to be very, very accurate with the facts. I usually flip straight to the editorial page because it offers a thought provoking perspective on current affairs without relying on cheap sensationalism. If you have ever gone through the editorial page, you will know that they provide very good discussions on the current topics that are happening all over the world or the globe. The journalists not only provide their perspective, also the perspective of the people. And if you are into healthy reading, or if you are in too much into literature, or you want to improve your English and you want to improve your writing section of IELTS examination, you should always go through the editorial page of the broadsheet newspapers. Now, for the traditionalist or the print newspaper, the vocabulary that is very important is broadsheet, a standard large format newspaper that usually focuses on serious news. It's not like anything you can publish in these newspapers, especially the renowned newspapers, the Tribune, the Times of India, the Hindustan Times. It doesn't provide sensational news, it provides the true news, the reality of the world, current affairs, important political or social events that are happening not only locally, not only in our country, not only in our continent, but all over the world. Sensational news are those where reporting news in a shocking or exaggerated way so that you can grab the attention. Like you might have seen on some news channel, चैन से सोना है तो जाग जाओ. Such type of news representation is the sensational one. If you want to score well while answering the question, you can use the adjectives like loyal reader, that is firm and constant in your support or habit, thought provoking, stimulating careful consideration or deep thinking, something you read and that led you to think deep or ponder deeply. The golden tip for this one, to sound highly authentic. Authentic is means different from the rest. Mention a specific section of the paper. You should mention a specific section of the newspaper that you read first. It proves actually you it proves you actually know how the newspaper is laid out, that you have the knowledge of newspaper, where there is a column for where there is editorial page, sports section, business column. You are aware of those things. And the band 8 answer is, I have always been a loyal reader of the Tribune. There's something very relaxing about starting my morning with a physical broadsheet rather than staring at a screen. I appreciate how it balances national news with very reliable local reporting. I usually flip straight to the editorial page because It offers a thought provoking perspective on current affairs, and I love it that it delivers the facts without relying on cheap sensationalism. I think this is the perfect answer if you are reading the broadsheet newspaper. Now, the second option to answer this question is the digital consumer. If I had to choose, I would definitely say my go to is a digital news app rather than a traditional newspaper. So, there are certain people, or there is a certain section of the community that doesn't like to read the broadsheet newspaper these days. They prefer the mobile news apps. I have transitioned entirely to e newspaper. Like earlier, might be they were reading the broadsheet newspaper, but now they are preferring the e newspaper because it is so much more convenient for a busy schedule. I love that it provides up to the minute notification right on my phone, which allows me to stay abreast of global events no matter where I am during the day. There is an app that I personally go for. It is in shorts like INSHORTS, not the photo editing one, but a uh, newspaper, sort of e newspaper, and it updates me with the national, international, and news every day, every second, every minute. Vocabulary go to your preferred choice or regular habit. To transition, that means to undergo a process of change from one state or a habit to another. To stay abreast of. This one I personally liked, and this is something you can add to score well. To remain fully updated or informed about a topic. Now, the high scoring adjectives that you can use here are convenient, fitting in well with your needs, activities, and plans, up to the minute, incorporating the absolute newest information available, the latest. The golden tip, if you are a digital consumer, use this newspaper to show off your grammar. Contrast your past habits with the current habits. Like, I used to buy physical papers, but now I have transitioned to the e newspaper to demonstrate your ability to use different verb tenses naturally. You have to highlight or showcase your grammatical uh, capabilities also. The band 8 answer, if I had to choose, I would definitely say my go to is a digital news app rather than a traditional newspaper. I have transitioned entirely to e newspapers because it's just so much more convenient for a busy schedule. I love that it provides up to the minute notifications right on my phone, which allows me to stay abreast of global events no matter where I happen to be during the day. And now the third option, the educator or the learner. Without a doubt, my absolute favorite is The Hindu. If you have ever prepared for the UPSC exam or the civil services exam, other civil services exams, or any government job exam, you might know that the aspirants always prefer The Hindu because I am deeply involved in education and developing content. I actively look for writing that is meticulously researched and insightful. That means deeply studied, researched, analyzed. I read it not only to keep my finger firmly on the pulse of what's happening in the world, but also to constantly upgrade my vocabulary and gather fresh ideas. If you truly want to have deep researchful insight on any topic and you want to improve your vocabulary to a high standard of writing, or you want to be a very skilled writer, you should always read the Hindu meticulously, doing something with extreme care and attention to detail, deep study, to upgrade, to raise something to a higher standard or improve it. The pulse of. the central, most active, or most important part of the situation. High scoring adjective insightful, having or showing an accurate and deep understanding of a complex topic. Fresh, new, creative, or different what you have from what has been done before. The golden tip for this answer is connect your reading habits directly to your daily life or career. Examiners love when an answer feels uniquely yours rather than something memorized from the textbook. I have told you this thing earlier also. Keep the things natural when it comes to IELTS speaking. Now, the band 8 answer. Without a doubt, my absolute favorite is The Hindu because I spend a lot of my time developing educational content. I actively look for writing that is meticulously researched and insightful. I read it not just to keep my fingers firmly on the pulse of what's happening in the world, but also to constantly upgrade my vocabulary and gather fresh ideas for my content. You can add this also, or for my knowledge. Thank you for the class and thank you for listening. I have provided you three options like the one for the traditionalist, second for the digital consumer, and third for the learners. You can just suit yourself which of the three options suits you the well. Sorry, you can just suit yourself to the answer that fits your situation or your current situation well. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.